Um, good evening time in Nigeria. Good evening, my dear brothers and sisters, and welcome to your favorite program, The Barefoot Soldier. Today is the 6th of February 2021, and we shall be having on the studio today as our guest for this program a very great statesman. We call him Maitre Nikonf. He go by so many names, and we shall be giving him the opportunity today to introduce himself to you guys with his many several aliases. But before we go there, we want to remind fellow Amazonians that Ground Zero is ours to protect, and Ground Zero have been doing their best as far as this war of liberation is concerned. We want to heartily give a kudu and a cafe and stress to the fact that the boys in Ground Zero are doing their utmost best to protect our people, and we all have been seeing what have been happening in Ground Zero within these days. We all know that La République du Cameroon got into a quarter in Bamenda known as Meta Quarter and washed youths and whisked them off from their youthful age, took them to their early graves, and we the rest of the story is now history. They have gone, and we will never have them again, just because they found themselves in a nation called Ambazonia because they were born Amazonians. So we have the responsibility to protect ourselves, making sure that we send the right messages out there to our people, and making sure that the international community understands our plight and know exactly what we are fighting for. When those things happened, the Amazonian Defense Forces were very bitter with the activities of the La République du Cameroon terrorists on our land on such occasions, like the one in Gabu and the one in Kumba, the one in Bakondu, the one in Mator, and what have you. It is a common phenomenon. It is something that happens every day in Ambazonia. So the Amazonian Defense Forces decided to respond, and you will know that within that week we did several activities in town that showed La République du Cameroon that whatever they plant, they are going to harvest it. And in such occasions, you know that we sent a brigade out, and they took down some La Republic forces and even took down one of their ammo cars. Just within this week, we have learned of the activities of the Bamenda Brigade yet again in Azeri, where they took down, as I hear now, the number is up to 5 La Republic terrorists that were permanently deleted or permanently stopped from getting into our hinterlands and causing the havoc that they have been causing. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all thanks to those young men and women who are in the diaspora, trying to make sure that they put their hands deep into their pockets and get the one Operation 1000 granules, or buy some sticks for these guys who are defending homeland. They all depend on us, and they are doing a very good job. We ourselves here in the diaspora must be able to do our possible best to get them working. So, as far as Azri is concerned, they did a very good job there. The Banda Brigade did a very good job, and this morning we got up with a report that one of our bases in Tanka was attacked by the La Republic Talks, and some of our materials were taken, and which is something that happened unexpectedly. But we all know that the thing is linked to one Sama Thomas, who went out with so many audios exposing those camps and saying things about the camp, and La Republique du Cameroon had to make sure that they get into that camp. But we are so happy that though it was a surprise, our boys protected themselves and did the best that they could, making sure that the damage was not as Sama Thomas or those within his ranks thought that it will be. So, without not taking much of your time, today we are going to proceed. And before we go, we want to also send a special thanks to Captain Small Pikin and all the commanders and generals that took part in the coalition that we all saw in Victoria that did its best to make sure that this sham called Scan, or what was it that we were playing in Amazonia, didn't go as La Republique du Cameroon planned. If some of you did not see it, I saw it that these guys did their best. They did the best that they could, given the situation they found themselves, and with also what the internal enablers did in FACO to make sure that they slow down the pace of these guys who together in trying to make sure that they could be able to solve the problem that this football would have been bringing to Amazonia. So we did our best, and I want to tell you most heartedly that these guys should be giving a standing ovation for what they did. It was a lot of sacrifices to have them do what they did, and the Barefoot Soldier is here to tell them that it was a job well done. It was a job well done, and Amazonians are proud of them, and we shall keep on doing what we do best, making sure that the land is protected. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. You are watching the ACN TV, and here is your uncle man, Sheikh Kabiwa Melim, on the program The Barefoot Soldier. So, today is again the 6th of February 2021, and we shall be having in the studio today a great dynamic patriot, a gentleman, a man of honor, a man of respect, a man of political. What do you know? Is it my brother, the big rebel, would say, man of political brouhaha. So I don't know what I can say. And Maitre Nikonf, you are welcome, sir.
Um, Thank you, Comrade Kavi. I want to really appreciate you for what you've been doing. I follow you like a silent observer, which I do follow not only you, a lot of us. You know, you've been doing this marvelous job that, yeah, along the line, people have been describing others like black leg, this and that, or walking. I don't know why till now you've not been called a Russian spy because of your name Milchikavek Kavi. Your name sounds Russian. But without further ado, actually, I really, really appreciate you for what you've been doing. May God, the fathers, I mean, the ancestors of our land, continue to guide and direct our steps as we navigate our way towards victory. Actually, I'm so happy to be here and look forward to having a good conversation with you, with our people, just to make ourselves understand why we are fighting, and maybe something, if something is wrong in the house, we always correct it. So, what will guide us is facts, my brother. No amount of deception, lies will lead us. What will guide us is fact. Really, you make a mistake, come back to the house and say, made a mistake. You will be so glad to be here, and I look forward to answering any questions from you and chipping in the ideas I also have. And for many who do not know me, I am popularly known as Maitre, but I
I'm
am
coming to that.
called.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming
All
to
right,
that.
thank you.
Metro,
Okay,
I'm coming to that.
all right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have said that what will get us what we want is the truth. It is facts, and and I so much agree with you on that. So before you dive into the next question, I know that you really want to talk to your people. You really want to share your ideas with us. You really want to may give your own opinion as far as the war of liberation is concerned. It only takes somebody with an interest, with the love of his people, to try to come online and maybe give his own or her own ideas as far as our predicaments are concerned. So before we proceed, who is Metronikov?
Yeah, Maitre Nikonf is a popular popular name. Nikonf stands for the abbreviation of my names. Confongebe Ignatius. I was born in a village in Jab, bordering Kambe town, and I grew up partly in the Cameroons and in Nigeria, where I did my studies, and then upon returning to the Cameroons, I also got involved into a lot of activities. Finally, especially with the movement back as far back as 1993, which led to my escape from the Cameroon. So I have been in this movement since 1993. And one thing I will also say before we proceed is that, like I mentioned, facts. Fact is a very, very key ingredient in what we are fighting for. We have allowed ourselves to be misused by La Republic of Cameroon. They have labeled us names that do not really attribute to us, and we keep promoting them. They call us secessionist. They call us whatever they call us, but that is not whom we are. Anybody who took up arm to defending the integrity of the southern Cameroon is a restoration fighter. But we have allowed La Republique du Cameroon to sell this notion that that us well as a secessionist, some they call us independent. No, this is not whom we are. We restored them our independence. We are defending it. If there were strong institutions in the Republic of Cameroon, they could have charged Paul Biya for feeding from the first union we had with the Republic of Cameroon in 1961. The pen, Paul Biya struck off that first union, and then he could have been charged with secession, but nobody charged him. Instead, Southern Cameroonians who are now defending their rights because we are an independent state. Argue it with me or not, unless you are intellectually dishonest, you will tell me that a Southern Cameroon is part of the Republic of Cameroon. Prove it to me where. We have frozen internationally recognized borders, and they keep using our own people. Take, for example, from Ngole or Musonge or Atanganji or Achidi Achufrundi or Port, name them. They are the ones that the Republic is sent to come and then fight their fight for them. And Master Barefoot, tell me, just name me a francophone. I mean, the Republic is champion the fact Southern Cameroon, part of the Republic of Cameroon. Tell me one.
Okay, okay, yeah. We will get to that. I know you have mentioned the fact that it is a fact that we are a free people. It is a fact that Southern Cameroons, Aka Ambazonia, is a complete independent state from La République du Cameroon. We have all the charters, we have everything. I think those who don't know this are those who are intellectually dishonest, just like you said. Those who don't know this are those who are struggling to refuse their own names. You know, like some people refuse to bear Mankaa, refuse to bear Ojong, that they want to bear but Peter, Michael, or Andrew, you know. That is what is happening with a typical black man. But before we proceed, let us come back to this our revolution. I know you are a veteran of this revolution beginning from right back from 1993 after the AAC 2, and you are very versed with what has been happening in this revolution, and you are doing your best to make sure that you have a home for yourself and your kids and those unborn. You're making sure that you have a place for those who don't even know you. What have Maitre Nikonf as a person been able to do to make sure that this becomes a reality?
Well, thank you very much once again for that powerful question. It's not only in the diaspora that I got myself involved into this movement. Far back at home, I was this person attached to our chairman, of blessed memory, Dr. Martin Lumangeka. We were the foot soldiers. We were those when they raised an arm that, hey, this is what we have to do. We go to the field and we do it. I got until my life became threatened and I had to escape the Cameroon. While out here in the diaspora, especially in the Netherlands, I continued doing that. Each and every demonstration before 2016 or 17 organized here in the Netherlands was applied for. The admission of the Southern Cameroon onto the UNPO, I was amongst them. Dr. Mfongalampo, to Dr. to Chief Honorable Chief of Blessing Memorial Ayamba, to Dr. Yombang, name them. I have lodged and hosted them here. To Akwanga, Dr. Cho Ayaba, all of them, I have worked with them and I'm still working with them. So I have never relented in any ways to seeing that we attain our goal. The one thing I find among us is that there is this infighting division that hates a lot. We are shooting ourselves in the foot of some selfishness because of look. I want to just step back here a bit and then analyze the situation. To the best of my understanding, I believe we could have been in Boya long before today. We are a very, very, very intelligent people. We know what we know where we are going. Is it that some of the leaders, the front line, want to say it's only me? Okay, as we will see, there's a audio that's it leaked out. Intention was not to make it public. Just like you punish yourself because you are
Okay,
the
okay,
blood of
okay. Matt, we'll
Amazonians.
get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to
Listen,
that. We'll get to that.
Mr.
We'll get to
Kavi,
that.
with me, Mr.
Yeah,
Kavi, I understand I will do best answering your question. I am not a politician.
I know.
I
I
am
understand.
a soldier, foot soldier. I say things the way I see them. I don't. I'm like a book. Open the page, read. I'm not afraid to die. You see. So amongst we have snakes in our back pocket. People who are not willing. People have
Yeah,
died because
Matt,
of some of
Matter,
these.
Matter, my question is this. You know, if before you free some people, you have to first of all free yourself. You know, you have to be first of all. They say emancipate yourself from mental slavery because nobody but yourself can do that for you. So when you are freely emancipated yourself from that mental slavery, you can go to the last end. You know, to support that you believe in to work. What I'm asking is, you as a person, what level, how much have you given? What have you done to make sure that
Okay,
Amazonia is is a
I was
reality?
about concluding by answering that very, very question. I and you, Dr. Kavi, I sent you some pictures and videos behind the scene, practical, and you've seen them. These are not things that we can display them here. That's just a sample. From the at the humanitarian front, I have I'm working with one person who will remain unanimous here. We have been doing it on ground, supporting our IDPs. We work with various NGOs from Aya Foundation to, I don't want to mention some who are in the, I don't know what they might come into danger somehow. At that level, we've been doing our best, not as a group, but as a pair. But as an individual, you saw the message and the audio video I sent to you. That is personal. So I want to ensure that I go back to where I come from, where I call my homeland.
That is answered, Maitre. The reason why I asked that
Thank
question
you.
is to make sure that our audience know that you must not gather 50, 60 people in order to do something meaningful, to impact meaningful change in Amazonia. You, as a person, once you are convinced that Amazonia is a reality, you have to do your possible best, you know, even if you are standing alone, to make sure that that
Once
becomes a
again,
reality. So,
Dr. Kavi, very, very correct. It's not, look, they say a drop of water will fill a gallon. That's true. Don't think that you cannot do anything. There are several groups. Some people will think that this is that, this is that. No. Have faith in a group like ADF. Have faith in a group that you think it works. There is the IGK. There is that. Make some of the things that I finally succeeded in playing down on ground zero. I had some assistant at a certain level from the DAC. I contribute in various groups. I do my best where I deemed necessary and when I feel fit. So don't lay back and expect, because I have people who always come and complain that maybe I alone cannot do this. No, any drop of what you chip in helps. But the thing is, do it wisely. Do it the way that you think work.
Thank you, Matt. I will come in again to ask you another follow up question to the first question I just asked you, because when we look at the Netherlands today, where that is your headquarters, the Netherlands, that's the whole where you are you're from Holland, and you notice that within the struggle beginning from the days of the SCNCT today, Holland has always been like a dead zone, like a territory that feels like no arms are not there. When you anything, you don't see Holland. You hardly see that there is a demonstration somewhere for Amazonia, and you see that Holland did this, Holland did that. But there are many rich and capable Amazonians in Holland. Why is Holland this silent as far as Amazonian liberation is concerned?
No, once again, Mr. Kavi, the base on food
I'm
soldier.
saying like that because
I
I know strong people. I know strong people who are from Holland, like my DJ Michael and Comrade Yerima. They're from Holland, but Holland
Yeah,
is
yeah,
nowhere to be found.
yeah. I want to answer the pertinent question, Mr. Kavi. I will tell you that Holland is not that quite silent. Holland is involved. I think involved in like a individual basis, but coming together as a group that we once came together and then did something at the early stage around 2016, 17, like that. But something went wrong somewhere. Nobody wants to talk about it.
I
And
think
so
this is the time
everybody
to talk
felt
to
discouraged.
this
Excuse me.
is
Everybody,
the time to
everybody
talk to
felt discouraged.
Amazonians. Uh,
Yeah.
Met, we are
Listen,
talking
let,
facts
let,
here.
let me let, let
This
me
is the
let,
time to
let,
talk
let,
to
let me
Amazonians.
come to
When
the
you say
point.
something happened, when you say something happened,
Yeah.
then the Amazonians don't know something. What is something? So
Yeah, the
facts is
something
what we
that
should
happened
follow.
is that we had come together, you know, donated some goods that were shipped to our people in Nigeria, which never arrived. It went in zigzag form. There was corruption somewhere along the line, and there's nobody to be held accountable.
Yeah,
People got
who were on
discouraged
it?
from.
In fact, you must have
Yeah,
handed those goods to
I
somebody.
yeah, yeah. I was not on it, but I was a donor. If you want to know
Yeah, but I'm asking you donated to
yeah,
somebody.
if you
You
want to
donated to
know,
an organization, or you
those who
donated
were,
to an
if you want to
organization
know,
or to somebody. Who can we hold responsible? Who
yeah,
can Amazonians
it's
hold
an
responsible?
organization called the Southern Cameroon Community in the Netherlands. It's an organization
Under
called the
which
Southern
group?
Cameroon Community in the Netherlands. And I will tell you that under the leadership of Dr. Charles Aqua, I think that's the person that should be accountable for that. And I have met him one on one
And
to
I
find
want to
out.
believe he was one. I want to believe he was one of those that were in the IG called county heads,
Well,
if I'm not
like I
mistaken.
told you, like listen, Mr. Kavi, like I told you, I don't go into the politics of situations. I
No,
go
no, no.
into
I want to
action.
remind you
When it
again,
came to that
Matt.
action,
I want to
when it
remind
came
you
to that
again the
action, I got
topic.
involved.
I
Excuse
want
me,
to
sir.
remind you again that the topic here is facts. So I want to
Yes,
get facts. I want to get the truth out there to the people. So if there come a
yeah.
time where you want to ask me a question, also I'm also very flexible and prepared to answer. So what I mean is this: this chairman belong to the IG county heads and all of those things. I'm saying like this because it is not the only he's not the only one that has disappeared with things in this thing called county heads, county this. I can start naming them too to you. So I just want
All
to be
right.
sure that that is the same train
I
because
told you that
it is not only on
everything
this.
that
Many things
went
have
down
been going
to
there and
ground,
disappearing.
everything that went down to ground two was under the Southern Cameroon Community in the Netherlands, headed by Dr. Charles Aqua. But accounts
Okay.
have not been. So if there's any question, that's to him. And so many people got discouraged because of this situation, and that's why you see Holland lacking behind. But we are very, very much involved into this movement, and as such, maybe we need some intervention. So someone who can come and inject some new spirit into it, so we can take it, because we are also very much involved into this movement. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, thank you so much. But you will believe with me that if you are waiting for someone to come and inject new spirit, then some other person is waiting for someone to come and inject new spirit, and another person is waiting for someone to come and inject new spirit. Then nobody will come and inject new spirit. Can you inject new spirit?
I am very, very ready any moment to inject spirit. And right now, I trust by I hope by the end of this program, someone will call me, someone will talk to me, because I have made an effort to say, please, brother, sister, let's start something somewhere. I am ready to host. But this degree of unwillingness is so high, so much so I got frustrated, I got tired. That's why I picked it up alone, and I got involved. I had only one trusted person. I work with him, and so that is sorry, that is enough for me. He wants to remain famous, but on the other front, like I did with you, behind the scene, that was pure personal action, which I took on with all the risk involved, because foot soldier. I am a lone wolf. So by the end of this program,
Yes.
I am looking forward
Yes.
to hearing that somebody will call and say, "Hey, Nikonf, I heard you.
All
I've
right.
seen you.
I
When
promise.
can we
I'm
meet?"
prom- I'm
I know with the
promising you
corona,
that I am promising you now, I'm promising you now before all Ambazonians that the Barefoot Soldier will help you to set up a mission in Holland.
you
Will
are
you be able?
welcome, sir. Right,
Are you willing? Okay, thanks a lot.
right.
All right. So I will move on to another question. You as an individual, somebody who have studied this revolution from uh, 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 2000, no, from 1993 till date, you know what we have gone through, your background of experience and whatsoever. Now, how can you define an Amazonian leader? Who should be an Amazonian leader to you?
Listen, Mr. Carvey, that is, wisdom is not something that is being taught in school. Wisdom is something that is given amongst us in the diaspora, amongst those on ground, everywhere you find them. You even judging ourselves out here in the diaspora, no questions. You listen to your leader from their action, and I will tell you that if I have to bring and say, this is a leader, that's a leader, this somebody will ask which I'm using to part. But my personal observation is that I have known that amongst us all, we have people when they speak, they listen to them, and I can count from one to Doctor Cho Ayaba to VP Yerema, JM Akoro, and just to name this few. But it's left to Cameroonian or Southern Cameroonian to choose exactly whom they want to be their leader. But with me, I am ready to work with anybody. But one thing for sure is that I will reserve some other point to be decided by the vast majority of Cameroonians when once we attain Boya. But when I listen to a leader like Dr. Cho Ayaba, I feel so impressed by his skills, his words of wisdom, and his leadership. Because when he says, I am not fighting for any leadership position, I want to bring you to Boya. You decide who wants to be your leader when we are in Boya. That's a statement from a leader. The only thing that is disturbing is that we still have amongst us people that will pull you down back. They paint you. They go out and assassinate your character in all the forms. And that is very, very bad for our movement. Thank
Okay,
you.
I just have an intervention for you. You just said you are praying that somebody should to you in order to set up a Holland, and I told you that the barefoot soldier was going to help you to do that. Now I have something that is just I think it has just been sent from the Holy Ghost, if you believe that.
Amen.
There is one Nebakla. I don't know if it's Clara or whatever, but the name is Nebakla. He or she is saying that all meetings takes place now online. Our comrades in Holland created a WhatsApp group and used Zoom to come together. Missions of the AGOV-C and ADF are doing it in grand style all over the globe. Many hands do work faster and lighter. So I think this contact should get to you. Then you know that there is a kind of a meeting going on somewhere, and then you get there with your basket of experience, your track record, and then you help from there and you advise them on how we found ourselves where we are today. I think you are going to do that.
My doors and windows are open. All the channels stands open for any uh, chances for us to coming together and forging a work and continue that way as fast as possible. Thank you.
Right, that's fine. Thanks so much. We will be moving forward with another question. Now you've just called the names of some leaders in this revolution. Will you, because facts is what we are looking for here, and what has been killing this revolution is because people see the truth and refuse to see it. You know, they are too shy to say, if I say this, they will abuse me, like they're abusing Kavi, or some people will see this, I will lose friends, I'll do this. Please, lose your friends. We do not need friends now. We do not need people to love us now. What we need is a total love for homeland, selflessness for homeland. Now, you have named some leaders that they are the type of people you can call leaders. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think all of these guys that you have called have reached up to your expectation as far as doing what is needed to be done to free Amazonia is concerned? If not, what would be your advice?
Yeah. Once again, thank you, Mr. Kavi. At one point, was so seeing that leaders like Dr. Cho Bakoro and VP Rema came together on one forum. Then they were speaking with one voice. But I'm a bit taken aback because since then, I think after I followed some of this discussion online, I called each and every one of them, congratulated, congratulated them for their efforts in taking initiative to coming together. But since then, I think there have been some step backs. I don't see anything that much again, in the open air. Maybe they communicating behind the scene, but I believe that this trio still have that will to working together, and I will encourage that they should continue doing that together. If there's something to be ironed out, let them face each other and speak it up. And I don't point a finger to a particular and say this is over. No, is that when they come together, made statement, and then it was so much welcomed by the vast majority of Southern Cameroonians. But it has gone silent, and then I don't know where they stand right now. So if I could say something, I would say this trio, once again, get up. It is high time. People are dying. We cannot just lay down and expect um, some miracle without anybody taking a step to like doing something first. So I'm calling on this trio again to stand up. It is high time.
All right.
Thank
Thank you so much, Maitre. You will quite understand that the three of them were working together and doing their possible best to make sure that that tie is as strong as ever. You will also believe with me that the world and Amazonians did watch the 1st of October celebrations on which the ADFs were shouting Seseko, in Bui, in Mato, in Teke, in the mother's base there in Batibo. You all saw that they were shouting Seseko. They could have also been shouting Cho Ayaba, to promote Cho Ayaba and all those things, but none did. And it was a good play because we had decided that since the IG picks have sacrificed Seseko, it will be like he no longer have a base. It will be like La Republique Cameroon can do anything to him and nobody will like question in it. But we wanted to show on that 1st of October that the world and La Republique du Cameroon should know that there are still guys there who are looking at Comrade Seseko, that if anything happens to him, if his head even as much as ache, there are people that will stand up to say, where is this great guy, But, when that happened, some people took it like within the IG care, like they control those groups that were doing those things. And that is where, because when you are coming to the table, when you are coming to for a union like this, you have to come with clean hands. And if your brother did something, it was but normal that Comrade Yerima should have come out live and said, thank you, the ADF, for doing this. This is it. This is what we have been calling. But I have audios and I've been talking to my generals. The same Comrade Yerima was trying to buy our generals off to work for, which is something that is not supposed to be done. Secondly, you heard Dr. Cho Ayaba recently saying that the IG Care is doing a fantastic job as far as humanitarians or humanitarian works are concerned, and there is just no reason why the AGOVC should replicate what the IG Care is doing. But as I'm telling you today, it was a tough fight in some of our barracks before we put back our generals on track, because they will just hear that the IGK just send them this money, have just done this. You don't do that. You don't buy loyalty with money, because that is what scattered Ground Zero. That is what scattered the guys I risked my life to train. So what type of
Mr.
advice can
Kami.
you give to this collaboration with all of this happening? Because it's good that
Mr.
Amazonians should
Kami,
know.
once again, thank you for this going up. Actually, this is some of the mistakes that we make in leadership that do cost a lot. Because a situation like that, I don't think IGK could have gone out like, maybe you want to demonstrate some degree of pride because of maybe
To
we're
the to the
happy here.
extent that Comrade Yerima had to send
Excuse me,
an audio, has sent an audio to the CIC, very angry concerning Bui, as if he owns
no,
the camera.
excuse me, Kami. Once again, I was about to land to a point. I was
All
saying
right.
that those are the type of mistake that we make in leadership that do cost a lot. Because I am not an advisor to the IGK. Situation like that, a leader should have just sat behind, congratulate his people. You might be anxious to like make it heard because yeah, something was attained, but that was the wrong statement to send out. But I also want to thank Dr. Cho for even coming out again, still appreciating, sending a hand again to the IGK. You know, Dr. Choyaba is somebody I can always bet on him. He's one of few that we Cameroon should be proud having him. He's an, like some other leaders. I don't want to go far. So a situation like that, it was so unfortunate that the IGK would come out with such a statement. And I'm not like an advisor to the IGK or to say I wish they had consulted me before making such a statement. I would have said, hey, lay
No,
back and then
Matt,
another
I
next step. Maybe people should have been saying that
I
go to
believe
them.
Ambazonians
Go.
are listening. I believe Ambazonians are listening. So advice will go to help, future collaborations or whatsoever. But and I want to believe that with Comrade Jomba Akuru, I don't think we have had any problems. But except this little thing that happened between the IGK and us after the 1st of October.
John Bakoro is somebody made a very long. I defended Colonel Comrade John Bakoro um, when when we had this debate came on ABC Alphabet Television and was punishing John Bakoro for having worked the so-called Swiss dog this and that. For all those nonsense. So that's from where I got this attachment to John. I work with John Bakoro behind the scene in so many fronts. So I really appreciate his leadership. And like I mentioned, three of they are still in my mind. Dr. Cho Ayaba, IGK of Yerema, and then John Bakoro. I just want this trio to understand that they came on air on a platform, on a forum. It was encouraging. What has gone wrong that they cannot? That's the question I'm to them. At least I believe there is still this good between the three of them. Southern Cameroonians are dying. It is not time somebody lay back their arms and let things play out the other way around. Please, I'm calling out on each and every one of them. Initiate, take that step like you said. You just said, I made a statement that I'm ready, open every moment. Just send you a message that, yeah, they are ready. Let's move forward,
Matt,
please.
yeah, Matt, you know that one of the strongest quality of a good leader is consistency. So if you agree with me, uh, we have everybody struggling now or crying to say they are the leaders of the Amazonian War of Independence, the Amazonian Revolution, or what this and that. We are here on a topic called facts and definition. So, if you were to look at what has been happening in this struggle, as far as the finances are concerned, as far as promulgating laws and keeping to them, as far as galvanizing the struggle from the grassroots, as far as arming the boys and doing what can bring us the necessary freedom, who would you say, or which leaders or leader will you say have been consistent? And which leaders or leaders will you say that people should stay away from? Because truly speaking, people should stay away from some leaders because they are just there to render
Gabby,
us bad.
it's like, do you want to mean that people are staying away from someone like Dr. Sako? Staying away from him, that's a fact. No much manipulation he has gone around using, paying surrogates to tarnishing people. Work. We have not heard audios, messages sent, trying so video out that it was aimed at assassinating Dr. Cho Ayaba. There are messages. Any tattoo have demonstrated, displayed receipts of money sent by Dr. Ako to his surrogate to keep tarnishing the images of Dr. Ayaba and some other leaders. How will somebody come with a program and say this is the end of Dr. Cho Ayaba, this is the end of ADF? Getting all of this thing. Are you questioning nobody knows it's coming all from Sako? No. People know that Dr. Cho Ayaba, ADF, they are formidable. It's not from Maitre Nikonf you will hear. You will hear it from the ground zero. Any other noise you hear coming from any angle disclaiming that this is not true, these are all made nonsense, fake news. The truth is that the ADF has displayed videos, the ADF has displayed photos, the ADF have displayed actions. But now, show me a single video, a single action, apart by the IG of Dr. Sako. Show me one. Apart from a placard, maybe tied to a tree, a banner tied to a tree, written his name under or on it, and somebody's pulling and making a picture of it. Beside that, just show me one thing, a video, a picture, or what. Call that this is the team or group of Sako. Sako is a grace, is a cancer. Cameroon revolution. We are
All
not
right,
Arabs.
thank you. So,
We are not. Listen, we Arabs. If we were Arabs, I think some sacrifice himself with Dr. Sako because of his action, because of what he has done. People have died and they are still. And some of our people
you,
think that this fight will last. You will one day sit eyeball to eyeball, and then you answer to the people. Thank you.
Matt, I was asking this question because before coming to the studio today, I listened to an audio that is leaked from the Boy Warriors, and the guys are crying and asking what have happened to draft money because these guys think that they are fooling these agents guys in ground zero because they all saw what happened when they said draft is moving now to Bui. You know, people contributed, especially people who are just fanatics with the name of Bui and who this tribalist. They thought that maybe as the name Bui is there, let them just go and give money. Without thinking what happens to my trip to Boya. So this gentleman, this soldier is crying, is weeping loud and saying that what is really going on? If there are some Buiwara soldiers that have received the draft money, they should let him know. If there are those that their camps are being given some monies behind the scene, they should let them know because many of them are dying for nothing. And that by the time that maybe I just start selling guns, there will be no soldiers to fight because they cannot have 5 acres and all the 5 acres they're having a total of 25 granules, total of 25 granules. Which one would take what? So you see their cries every day, every day, every day. But our people keep doing the same mistake, the same shit every day. What can be your advice to our people and to these soldiers who are still fighting and protecting these root groups? And don't you forget that it is the same Bui warriors who killed their own brothers in protection of these same people who are using them as their farm.
Gavi, it is rather so unfortunate that some of our to twin in into Sako. For years now, able brother activists, uh, educator, raised this alarm, exhibit, provided audios. This is what Dr. Sako has been doing. He has embezzled. He's a thief. People still don't listen. Some people even go back to hate Eric that he has a personal case with Dr. Sako. No, this is not the only audio Sakabi. There are many of this. It is also rather so unfortunate that a landed somebody as Bo Herbert should be hanging around somebody like Sako. It is.
It's
Uh,
a pity.
I'm expecting that Bo Herbert should have left this IG pick long ago. Apologize to Southern Cameroonians for having given credence to this Sako. Join the fold. This is not the first audio from Bo Herbert criticizing or condemning Sako, but the sad situation is that he still goes back to the Sako again. I wonder what ties him to the very Sako, and he knows very well that Sako has, unless he's taking part of it or is on a pay rate of Sako, which I cannot say. But all we know is that Sako is an embezzler, because till date he has not even make a statement on my trip to Boya. And when he came up with this idea of drafting, yeah, Eric was raising this alarm. People don't listen. After this, come what? You come Lido. Where is the money? Where is the grand action? Sako is there enriching himself. People are dying. That's why I said, if some of us were like this Arab, somebody could have just moved to Sako and then God bless him. So I pray that Southern Cameroonians should stop
Okay.
contributing money to this
Okay.
Sako team with Anu, because it is a clear fact they keep embezzling our money, and people are not even conscious that they have done this much. Listen, Sako is on record. Anu is on record stating, altering as the slaughtering of 23 boys in Kumbo. Anu is on record saying this. That's the fact.
37 boys, 37 young
Well,
men,
I know of,
family.
23. That's the fact, which the audio
23
is
are just
there.
the ADF.
Everybody can see it.
23 are just
And
the
he talks
23
about
are
it
just
so
the ADF
proudly.
guys. Yes. 23 are just the
And
ADF guys. You know, they went there
as
with guys
he
who were not ADF.
responsible,
Because
has he been held responsible for that? 23, at least, that he claimed that as he been held responsible, he sits down then he received money from Sardinian. I wonder, how they sleep at night. You donating to that very, very team.
all
This is
right.
sad.
Thank you so much,
That's
Maitre.
the cancer
Thank you
that's
so
the
much,
cancer
Maitre.
we have in our revolution. That's the cancer.
Yes,
These two could
we
have been in Moliko to Boya.
I want to believe that our people are listening to you. I want to believe that our people are following the program with all honesty. I want to believe that the people also know that the lines are open. If anybody thinks that he or she can defend Sako or any other person or has something to say, the person can call the studio number, and we will pick his call or her call, and we shall proceed, because this is fact and definition, and we are not censoring anybody. We shall be going to the second part of this program. We shall talk about defense, but before we go there, we shall have an interlude of music to make sure that you sip some water or maybe get some juice. Ladies and gentlemen, if the studio is on point, let us have an interlude of music, and then we